Are you Alex?
Hey, yes I am.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice
Alex.
to meet you. I'm Allie. I'm going to be your counselor today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
So tell me a little bit about why you're here to see me today.
So my name's Alex. I use drugs. I got in a little bit of trouble, and I was sitting in jail that night, and I just thought about it, and I think I have a problem with drugs. So once I start, I usually can't stop until I get in trouble or I mess something up, and I guess I just kind of realized that. So I think I need some help.
Okay, so you said that you typically can't stop using drugs until you get in trouble or something happens. So has this happened in the past before where you got in trouble and you were able to stop?
Yeah, I've been in trouble a few times. The one time I got in trouble, I did like 6 months in jail and I stopped. And another time I got I got in trouble and I had to actually go to rehab for a little while. And it was good while I was there. I stopped and everything was good. And when I got out of trouble, I eventually ended up going back. But yeah, so this isn't my first time doing this.
Okay, so you said when you got out of rehab, and the previous time you said life was good. What does that mean to you? How was life good for you?
Well, I was clean, I was working, my family wanted me back around, I was a good person, I was able to take care of my family, and I had friends, and I was happy, and I was a good worker at my job, and I actually got a promotion, and
Wow.
and it was really, really good. And when I'm getting high, life isn't really good for me. So
So it seems like family is really important to you because that's what you said. You got your family back and they've let you come back around. So if I'm hearing you right, it sounds like family is really important to you.
yeah, family means everything. My family's done a lot for me, and I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, but I think they're just at a point where time and time again it's the same thing over and over again, like I do good for a little bit and then I mess up and then I get in trouble, and it's just again and again.
Okay, so now this may seem like a weird question that I'm about to ask you, but let's just say tonight, you leave my office today, you go home, you go to sleep, and while you're sleeping, a miracle happens. And I know it sounds funny, but a miracle happens and you wake up and you no longer have your drug problem. You're no longer trying to fight to stop using. What would life look like for you if that miracle happened for you?
I would probably just be a normal person, I would go to work and hang out with my kids and my animals, and we would go out to eat, and we would do fun stuff and play video games, and not just constantly all day, every day be worrying about using. I could just be a normal person and wake up and drink coffee and go to work and come home and hang out with my family and do things I want to do, and not constantly be trying to get money to get drugs to get well.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's interesting you touched on the family piece again, that if life, how it would be different is that your family and your kids would be in your life again, and that's what you said last time worked for you. So tell me a little bit about what worked for you the last time that you had some sobriety time.
I was in IOP again. When I was there, I was around people that were like me, and I had to do good, and life was good. I just was doing what I was supposed to do. I've noticed, like, when people are on me, it's a lot easier for me to, like, when the judge is riding my back, or my PO. It's a lot easier than when I'm finished with all that. I'm free, no one's checking on me, I can do what I want to do. That's usually when I end up messing up.
Okay, so to me it sounds like that support network and having some accountability and a little bit of structure in your life is what worked for you last time.
Yeah, it definitely helped. Work definitely helped a lot too. It's that when I'm by myself, that's when I'm in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
When I have a lot of people around me that are checking on me and making sure I'm doing the right thing and stuff like that, it's easier for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, and let's just say 1 is being the lowest and 10 is the highest, how do you think your mindset is right now of your family and all those good things? Where do you think all of that would fall on the scale right now for you currently in your life right now?
Right now, probably like a 3.
Okay.
It's not very good. My mom threatened to take my kids this time. She's really fed up with the constant back and forth, and she never knows, like, is he actually doing good or is he lying this time, or whatever. It's not the worst it's ever been, but it's not good by any means.
Okay. Now, say from back when you did have some sobriety time, let's use that same scale again, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. Where would you gauge your family involvement and your family being in your life back then?
Then it was probably an 8.
Okay, so that's a big difference right there. From
Yeah.
back then it was 8, so it was possible you did that. You got your family back and that it was up to 8. So you're saying that we're at a 3 right now. What do you think we would need to do to get that number a little bit higher? Even if we just went from a 3 to a 4, what do you think would need to happen for that number to go up?
Just me doing the right thing in time, I guess I always think like my family's gonna instantly come back just because I'm doing good, but that's not how it works. In my head, it works like that, like, hey, don't you see I'm doing really good, but this isn't the first time we've been down this road. They always hold their breath, it seems like, for a while, because it's almost like they hold their breath and then they let their guard down, and then that's when we have these issues again.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does that make you feel with your family? You said that they kind of hold their breath when you come into recovery again. How does that make you feel?
Mad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I'm doing good and I'm doing the right thing, and I expect them to see that too, and it's just like they don't.
So you feel like they don't see the progress that you're making because they're not in your head. They don't know what you're thinking and how you're feeling and where your heart is.
Yeah, and I feel like anytime I come around, they're like looking dead into my eyes like I'm high and I'm not, and that really frustrates me because I'm actually doing good, and I feel like they should see that and
they should acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so to bring it back when you had some recovery again, do you feel like your family was looking at you that way? Like looking in your eyes, kind of having their guard up a little bit? Do you think it was like that back then too?
At first, and then it got better, and then they knew, like, okay, this is who Alex is, this is what he's about, and it got really good, and life was good and great, and everything was really good, and then, I ended up using and messed it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's cool that you can look back and see that it did start to get better for you, and that you can get that number back up to 8 again because you did it. That's something that you did in the past, and that you can take into consideration that it's just going to take time again with your family just like it did before.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel knowing that you can get that number from a 3 back up?
Makes me feel good if it happens, and it will. I just have to do it. I just have to keep doing the things that I need to do, and it should get better.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned, the family and support is a big thing for you. What else is something that is going to help you on your recovery journey and help you to not want to revert back to using?
I think, sorry, that's my job.
That's okay.
I think just working with a counselor or a support network that understands and I can actually talk to, because my family, I can't talk to them. You know, if I want to get high, I can't tell them that because then they'll look at me crazy, you know. If I have people that understand and I say, hey, like, I want to get high, but I don't want to get high, they know what I mean. And not like, oh, you want to use or... But I feel like that could be really good.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great that you came in here today from your past experience. You know what worked for you, and that's what we can focus on, you know, through our journey together, is to focus on what works for you, you know. But it was really nice meeting you. I think our time is almost up. But my schedule for next week, are you available the same date and time for next week?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, perfect. We'll just see Sade on your way out. She's at the front desk. She has a little bowl of chocolate, so help yourself to that too.
Okay.
But it was really nice to meet you, Alex, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
I appreciate it.